Dennis Jr. here with Zager Guitars in Lincoln, Nebraska. I'm with my father, Denny Sr. Out behind the workshop this morning. I wanted to talk a little bit about the finish on our guitars. A lot of customers ask, what type of finish do you use on your guitars? In short, we use a very thinly applied poly finish on our guitars. You will see some of the older guitars out there, they talk about a nitrocellulose finish. We do not use that. In the nitro finishes, they are extremely touchy. You can't put those guitars in certain stands, and they are a little bit thicker. We like to use an extremely thin poly finish on our guitars, and what this does, it allows the woods to move easier. Many times you'll see in our customer reviews, you'll talk about customers, you'll see customers say that our guitars, they barely hit a string and our guitars produce an extremely big sound. Part of this is because of the finish we use. We use an extremely thin finish that allows these woods, especially on the face, to vibrate more. The more vibration you get, the bigger sound you get. And yes, there are other manufacturers out there, some very big, good names, and they also use a poly finish like we do, but they apply it extremely thick. And you know, their head's in the right direction in one way, in that they're trying to protect your guitar by putting a big, heavy, thick finish on that. But in doing so, and putting that thick finish, you hurt sound quality, because this face can't vibrate as easily if you have an extra 1/10 of 1 millimeter of finish applied to it. So with our super ultra thin gloss finish that we use on all of our guitars, it does protect the finish extremely well, but most importantly, it also allows that face and that body to vibrate and move, and that is what gives you that big, warm sound. It's the sound, you know, you hit a string and you feel it in your chest. That's what we go for on all of our guitars. On this specific guitar, this is a 900 series guitar, and these guitars are a little special in the way that we use a thin gloss finish, just like I described on the body, but on the neck, we use an ultra thin satin finish. So if you see here, you see the gloss. I think you can hopefully see this outside. We get a lot of reflection on our guitar. So we have our ultra thin poly finish there, but then we use a satin finish on the neck. And satin finishes are extremely smooth. And this kind of prevents, you'll see sometimes you guys in Florida or in more humid weather, you'll slide your hand down the neck and it'll catch. A gloss finish sometimes does that on the neck. It's for this reason we use a satin finish. We do this specifically on our 900 series guitars because it's very expensive to do, because we're combining a satin finish on the neck, and then we join that right here at this joint with a gloss finish. Now you'll say, yeah, I've seen some really cheap guitars that are all satin. I don't understand why it's so expensive. The reason it's so expensive is you're combining two finishes here, and this is extremely hard to do and to get correct. This joint here, you'll see a lot of companies attempt it, but then you'll see globs in here and it just doesn't finish right. You have to know what you're doing to get that, to combine those two finishes, that satin on the neck with the gloss on the body. And this is why you generally only see this on $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $9,000 guitars. I think like Taylor might be doing it now on their 9 series guitars, which are like a $7,000 instrument. I think Martin might be doing it on their really high D41, D42, D45 models. I'm not sure, they may have changed this year, but you generally only see this on very high dollar instruments because it's very hard to get correct. You have to be a very good luthier to and apply this finish extremely correctly to get this done right. So we do have this satin gloss combo, but we only do it on our high level guitar, on our 900 series guitar. So if you're looking for that, look at our 900 series guitars. But I just wanted to go over the finish because a lot of customers ask, what type of finish do you use? Do you use nitro finishes? Because there's a lot of customers, they're afraid if some of these guitar stands, they will affect those old nitro finishes. We do not use that finish, but we use a very thin poly finish that allows the body to move and and the soundboard to vibrate to give you a bigger sound. And on our 900 series exclusively, we use a combo of a poly finish, gloss finish on the body, and a satin on the back of the neck. So it is very easy to slide your hand on the neck. So, all right, take care, folks.